Ooh, welcome back, Heavenlies. This is Heaven's Army doing another Just Chatting, I guess, episode? Are these considered episodes, I wonder? These are more like podcasts than anything. I cannot decide what game to play tonight. I've just finished Gran Turismo 3, and I went through the demos. I was hoping to find Claire Obscure Expedition 33 demo, but it's gone. Because the game's already out, but I was looking forward to that. And then it's just like, I don't want to do Tekken, I don't want to do any of these other little racing games I got on my PS5, I don't want to boot up my Switch and try to do a couple of short games. And I'm not going to start any other game that I was going to want to play more than 4 hours, like a full 4 hours live stream stuff. So I'm just like, man, I really don't know what to do, but I got to do something. I kind of want to stay live. So we've done this before. We just have a much bigger wish list than last time, so we're gonna go through them again. Why not? I want people to see that I have a list of games that I think I want to play, and I think you might enjoy me playing. Now, again, we might just like, you might look at this and then you would know that this game is like not okay for me to play. You'd be like, dude, yeah, you really shouldn't play that game, and you would hopefully tell me that I shouldn't play this game. But I think Wulong is like, when I did the demo, it felt very much like Neo. So I'm like, oh, okay. Right, so, okay. It's still there. It's the season pass of this wish list. And I could go in the wish list like this, or we can just scroll like this. So I'm not too sure, but that one was, I found that one. It's a HD remaster of Nocturne, but Nocturne 3, and my brain's like, I know I have not been keeping up with any of these games. Again, Persona is like their big, like, this is our game, you know what I mean? Kind of like how Nintendo, like Mario, they're like, this Mario's our game. And it's just like, I really, when I tried a few of your games, I'm just like, no. I'd rather a nice RPG game where I could just go and level up, and I don't have to go and talk to dogs and catch bugs. Like, it's not my style. Where I think Nocturne and the game that I really like the most, Digital Devil Saga, which I've never even played the second one yet. I know I would have done it had everything worked out my way, but those games I love. Those are, if I were to have a score rating or a favorite rating, that would be in my top 5, top 10 game of RPGs, is Digital Devil Saga 1. So, like, those are the ones that I like. Again, I've never even played Nocturne ever, so I don't know. I'm assuming they're in the same vein as, hopefully, Digital Devil Saga, an RPG and good. The Elden Ring, we got the second demo here. This is the second, not demo, DLC, the second DLC, my bad. I just got done racing in a Gran Turismo game, and then I can't decide what game, so yeah, here we are. Wait, I should just unplug. Why is this controller plugged in? I'm trying to like lean to the left so I don't like hit my controller too hard, you know, break the plug-in. That would be terrible on a PS5. But yeah, Elden Ring Night Rain, that's the second DLC. We haven't even played the first one, the E03 one, so we're so, this channel falls behind so many things so quickly when you're such a small channel. So I get it, I understand. That would be a game I would replay. Absolutely, yes. If people wanted me to and we got our hands on it, I would play this again. I would love to see just the game's updated graphics, but I would love to see if they added some stuff to it too. That would be wonderful. I want to play this one the most. Out of all of the games I'm gonna have on my wish list, this is my RPG game of today's RPG games. I really want to play this. Now, again, I don't want to get my hopes up too high. I looked up, you know, make sure you talk to people, explore the non-spoilery of tips possible, but I don't want to get my hopes up too high, because if this is anything like a today's game, it's gonna have all of the things that I don't like about today's games in it. And I hope it doesn't do that. I hope we're not just going to be sad and depressed going through this game, and you're just going to hit me with all of these dark, depressing stuff, and I'm just going to be like, I'm already not interested in your game now. I've checked out. So here's hoping. It's an RPG game that I want to play, but I'm excited, but I'm also hesitant because I'm just like, I don't know if people know how to make fun games anymore that are not dark, depressing, and sad in any way, shape, or form. And if you're like, ooh, good storytelling, well, I don't need that in my life, so it's not good storytelling to me. Neo, The World Ends With You. I haven't even researched this game, but I know of The World Ends With You. These are one of the games that I had on my 3DS that you had to fight on both screens at the same time. It was absolutely confusing, but it's doable. And then I don't know if this one's like the second or third or fourth one, or if it's like a remake of the first one, which would be great if it was, because then I would gladly go through when Square Enix was in the 3DS era of Square Enix. They still made good games. They still made this World Ends With You, and they came out with Bravely Default, which I so want to show you that game. It's such a wonderful thing. And yeah, I don't know, I didn't even research this, so I don't even know. If you cannot figure out what this is, then I'll help you, but you should have looked at this immediately and went, oh, Nice America, the Skya kind of like game, and you'll be right on the mark. Like that's it, right? So I saved that one. I don't know, these would be the spin-off ones, I believe, but if you want me to do more Disgaea like games, like it's just right there. Star Ocean, I didn't even know there's another new Star Ocean. I haven't played these because I told everyone already I'll gladly play them, but just realize that if a normal RPG game has 100 levels, then Star Ocean has 255 levels. So if you think one RPG game that you normally just play through once and it's like, 60 plus hours, this game is going to take multiple playthroughs, multiple things to go through, and these are just bigger RPG games. And I want to play them, just I cannot do it when I have zero time to play these. It makes me so sad that I'm not doing these games right now. That I'm not like at home. I can level grind all day and then go live, and then like, here, okay, we grinded for like 6 hours today, let's go. And then just move on. But yeah, no, like I would love to go to Star Ocean 1, 2, 3, 4, and just keep going through them all. I do not need to we don't need to skip through them. We have 1 and 2. And 3, and probably 4. But I might be missing one of them now, because this one's another one that I don't remember ever seeing. But I saved it because it reminds me of where I wish I was and games that I really want to play. And I'm pretty sure Star Ocean hopefully still is good. I have no idea. I haven't heard a single person talk about Star Ocean, which makes me like, what happened again? What's going on with games? People used to talk about games, now they don't. Dragon Quest 1 and 2 HD remake. What? Yeah, it's here. This is the stuff I've asked for back in 2015, when I'm like, man, there's all these great RPG games, and we just can't play them because they're on, like, they're not even translated, they don't even exist over here. And this Dragon Quest 1, I'm assuming maybe 1 and 2, is what like inspired Final Fantasy. So I would love to play this, and I would gladly change sides and go from a Final Fantasy fan and drop them and go to Dragon Quest if the Dragon Quest stays happy and clean. You know what I mean? And just gives us the RPG, and I hope that they have the stuff in their world like what Final Fantasy did was so good at their world. I would hope Dragon Quest has that kind of stuff too. Again, having the crystals that hold the world in balance with light and darkness, and then you got the heroes that try to protect them from the the darkness creatures, and it's just like you're a hero. There's summons, there's the amazing weapons in Final Fantasy, the iconic enemies, and it's just like Final Fantasy has all of that, and then they come up with Final Fantasy 16, and I'm just like, I don't feel anything. There's nothing here. What's going on? Why this great big long storytelling thing without any of the feeling? So I don't know. I could not at all get on board with Final Fantasy 16 this at all. So yeah. Anyway, this always does this to me every time I see this game. So my bad. I hope I didn't do that last time. I don't think this was on my list last time. I don't think any of these were. These should be all new. But eventually we'll be back down to the ones that we've seen before. And Dragon Quest 3 is there. So we could do 1, 2, and 3. And these are another old school. I know I've seen these on like the Super Nintendo. Secret of Mana, Trials of Mana, all of the other ones, they're all there. We can play them now. Man, I want to play these games. Secret of Mana, there you go. Secret of Evermore. Visions of Mana, yeah, like these are the games. Look how pretty and colorful they are. I just hope they're exactly what I think they are. Sega Emerald Beyond. I don't even know what that is. To me, it looks like the Sega Frontier Sega games, not Sega Genesis, Sega Dreamcast. Sega Frontier stuff. I just don't know. I just saved it because I'm like, that looks like what I think it is, but I'll save you and I'll come back to it someday. Fantasian Neo Dimension. I don't even know what this is. Oh, I'm on my I'm on the other account as well. We're not on my. This is the one that has the PlayStation Plus account that I already have it set up, unfortunately. But it's got the Canadian prices, so it's way different than what I'm used to seeing. And yeah, so I wanted to see what this is. The father of Final Fantasy. Oh, well, that's why I saved it. Oh, okay, that's all I needed was just those 4 words, everybody. And we got our lovely music composer as well. Yeah, then I would love to sit down and play this game and see what's up. And if this game is 700 times better than Final Fantasy 16, I'm gonna look at Square and be like, you still can make games like this. This is great. I haven't had a chance to play it and find out, but this is okay, I know what this is now. Oh, Yu-Gi-Oh! It's there. I don't think we've played Legacy of the Duelist. We've played all the other free ones. This one's the one that you gotta pay for. And it looks like it's all like 5 Yu-Gi-Ohs, the ones on the bike and the 5D or whatever it would be. I don't know Yu-Gi-Oh! I just know the cards and the original cards in Duelist of the Roses, because that's the ones I played. And I wasn't a fan of the synchro summons and the junkyards and all of the other stuff they keep throwing at you now. Yeah, I would rather just play the original cards and be happy with that, but I would like to, if this did a better job teaching me, I would probably give it another shot again. But again, I don't have people around to be like, yeah, we want all of these games too, Heavens, let's do this. So we're not there yet. Yeah, I mean, I think you understand why that's there. I should have played this way back when, and it still hasn't been played yet, and it's literally on sale right now for practically nothing. It's just I doubt anyone's going to be around to do anything about that. I think I've heard of Clock Tower, and I think it is something like a scary game, puzzle solving, walking around, kind of like how I was doing in the Fatal Frame kind of style, those types of games like that. I'm assuming it's something like that. So I saved it. I don't know much about it, but I feel like it would be something that maybe we would both like. The Blackout Club. So I seen a bit of this, and it almost, I don't know how, I don't think they're still doing it now, but it looked like this game, you gotta go out, something's up with people, there's some kind of watcher thing too. You gotta go into like the town and collect stuff and get stuff done and then get back and make it back safely before you get grabbed by the watcher. But also like the devs were typing and messing with the gamers too. I can't see them still on every game session mess with everybody, so I don't know what's up with that, but it still looked like fun to me. I don't know if there's much of a let's play there. It almost looks like it's something that you should be playing with friends and you do a couple runs and then you're like, cool. Kind of like how if you don't do it with oh no, I can see the game, I just don't know what it's called, and I don't think it's here. Either way, this is just a bunch of games that you play with your friends. And you run around and you collect stuff and you just sell it to the company or other games like that again. And I don't know, but if it actually has a story mode and something I could single play through it, that would be great. But if you have to do multiplayer, then it's already done for. More, I'm pretty sure I don't own that one. So there's like whatever number this one is, and there's one after this one. That's not good. I've done the one that was considered the one that killed the series, the franchise. But if you like Final Fantasy Tactics and all other tactics games, we have these Wanzers, we would call, and Vonzers, other people will call it. We have these giant mechs that he has a melee, and I don't know what's in his other hand, but you can go melee, you can go shotgun, you can go automatic gun, you can go rocket launcher, you can go sniper rifle with these mechs, and depending on how heavy it is how far you can move. How far you can shoot is depending on the gun or the weapon. Clearly melee can only attack one square in front of you. And I would love to have gone through the front mission series by now. And it just has not happened again, because if I play one of them, we do gotta level up and we gotta grind. Just don't go through. It's a leveling up thing. You can level up, I think, and level up your stuff, put on more things, and it's an awesome game. Because I played the fourth one and absolutely like enjoyed the little bit that I did. Not enough to be like, I beat the game. No, I'm not even close. We're at the beginning, but the little bit that I played, I was like, oh, I kind of like walking around, and I love the sniper. So that was really fun. And I would love to just go through the front mission series 1, 2, 3, 4, and we're done, because I'll just attach it to Evolved, and then that's the end of the front mission games. Sadly, they turned what is a beautiful tactics RPG game, and they removed all of that, which is what the game was, and turned it into a not that high end of a shooter. And everyone's like, what? And then that was it. Like, it just, the series, I've never heard anything about them ever again. It's just, why? I don't know what happened. I don't know who thinks things like this, but it's yeah, it's sad to see this one be done already at 4. Trails of Cold Steel, I think that somebody showed up before, probably Art or somebody, or Lynx or somebody showed up and be like, you should play these games. That, or it was nobody. That might be it too. And these are newer style RPG games as well, so these are here. I saved them because I know I would love to play them. 1 and 2, yep, okay. The Skya 6. Now we're a little ahead of the time here. We haven't even done. Are we on the Skya 2? We're on the Skya 2. Actual 2 D2. We're on D2. So we're a long ways away from 6, but just to save them here, just to be like, yeah, you know what, you gotta get cracking on to Skya again. You have a lot of fun when you play them. You have a lot of good laughs, and it's such a wonderful game to play. And I found a way to like secretly go through this game way quicker, 700 times quicker than most people go through the game. So it's great. Legacy of the Duelists. Link Evolution. I don't know the difference between the one that we looked at and the other one. Are these both the same games? They look like two different prices completely. This is on sale too. That's the one we have, right? I know I streamed this one off my PS3. It's called The Last Hope. Yep, I got it. Now, this is the 4HK Full HD remaster. What I have is PS3, so it's not gonna be this pretty. But I just saved it in case of... It's just to keep reminding me. In case if you're curious, I don't know what this is gonna really be about, but I know the one that I want to play is called Grounded. And when I saw this one, I'm like, that looks like Grounded, and then I just saved it, and then I haven't researched any more of it. So I don't know about this one. But you look like you're on a grasshopper, so you're tiny again, and that's all we needed to know. Subside, again, that reminds me of a few other games where you pop out, you swim around the water, you go on land, you collect stuff, you solve puzzles. It just reminded me of that, so I don't know anything about it, but it just looks like one of those games again, so... Yeah, I don't know what you have on these one, but I'm assuming eventually we'll have people who played or seen these games and were like, yes. The way you play, yes. Valkyrie, any of those, Chronicles and all the other ones, and do I have one of the original RPGs of that? If I do, like, I don't know what it's called right now, but I think it's a part of that series, so I just saved it. Another set of games I think I want to play. I think they might be RPG in ish. I think I've never played them, but I just have one of them, I think, and that's it. Octopath Travel was definitely something that people kept referencing to. Every time I thought I looked at it, it kept saying like a gacha. There's all of these characters that you gacha pull, and then you just go and level up. Like, I don't want to do another gacha, but then it's just like then I get like it's not gacha at all. It's a wonderful RPG game, and you should play them. Well, they're here. Octopath Traveler 1 and 2 I saved in my wish list somewhere. This one was just a little later. Tactics Ogre Reborn. So this is gonna be another one of those tactics RPG games, but this is one of the tougher ones, isn't it? This is one of the harder ones, but it's still there if you want another tactics game. It's just right there, waiting to be played. These I know I had them before on PS2. Again, I had to sell all of them to get what I got. But the Baldur's Gate series, Champions of Norath and Dark Alliance, I absolutely know that you would enjoy me playing them. It's like a top-down action RPG game. And you get weapon drops and armor drops, and you just equip your character, and then you get skills eventually, depending on what your character is. If you pick the warrior, he'll get like a spitting attack, a shield bash, a lunging attack. You know what I mean? If you go with, let's just pretend there's a mage, you'll get a fireball and an ice ball, and then an AoE force push around you know what I mean? But you just hit little buttons and you just do them. And it's got a story to it too. So there's an actual story when you're going through the game. Think of it like top-down Diablo, but just like Diablo was just like, no, it's kind of like Diablo. Think of it like that, but you don't have to rerun through dungeons to keep getting gear. You just like play through the game and you'll get the gear. And again, you can fight bosses over and over and get better drops and maybe too, but like I never really had to do much of that, and I only played a little bit of them, but I really liked them. So that would have been really fun to do, and I found out how to glitch the game with 2 save packs. It wasn't this one, it was Champions of Norath. But if you have 2 save packs, and you could save your character and import them into a save pack, right? That means you made a character with all of this armor and weapons, and import them into another save, and 2 of the same saves, and then you drop all your stuff on the ground, and then you import your character that you just saved in another save pack back on the game that you were in. You have all the weapons plus all the ones on the ground. That was a very easy way to make money. and stuff like that. And if you just want to duplicate a sword because you're like, this sword is awesome, you just save your character, import them into the thing, drop the sword, import them back, and then now you're dual wielding two good swords. Very simple. Obviously, I figured that out. Me being a smart little kid, and then going live, thinking I'll bring all my smartness. I don't know how much I've showed you, but hopefully some. I don't know anything about these. They're everywhere. I think they're like an RPG game, but it's very drawn, cute anime stuff. But I think you're like RPG and crafting things, so it might actually be good. I don't know. No one, if anyone talked about it, they say yeah, and then I never hear from them again. I don't know about Tomb Raider. I'm constantly on the fence about this. I feel like we're not supposed to play this game. There's going to be a whole bunch of pain and crying and death, and who knows what else is in these games, because, you know, Square Enix grabbed the hold of this game and turned it into a darker mess than it needed to be. I don't know if the original Tomb Raiders are dark or not. You all can let me know. I've never played them. They're way before my time. And then we come up with this, and I'm not too sure how I feel about the Square Enix idea of what they think today's games should be. So yeah, there's Octopath Traveler 1. Gran Turismo 7 has been sitting here. Again, it's still full price, so that's wild that it's that price still. Yeah, but if you wanted this, it's there. Rise of the Ronin, again, we got a bunch of Dark Souls style series or Neo style series, so just think of those games like those. We got Wu Long, Rise of Ronin. This is a PSP game, and I have the original PSP game sitting over there. And I've never played it. So I'm pretty sure it's an RPG. I don't know if it's strategy RPG or just straight up RPG, no idea. But this takes place off of like real characters and stuff at a certain time. So if you don't know who Joan of Arc is, then I can't tell you anymore either, but it is a person. Soul Reaver 1 and 2 remastered. It's just a remastered game from an old one, so I'm assuming old games being remastered are going to be good games. I've just never played them, but it's right there. So, yeah. I just assume it's good. That's what somebody was like, if I had all the money in the world, I would donate you this one. That would be really good to do Final Fantasy 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6 in the Pixel Remaster and just go through the games again. Now, again, it's going to be a struggle. 1 is no problem. 2 is a little bit more grindy because it was broken. Now, I would love it if they actually fixed the brokenness, where you get hit, you go up health, you eat the items that give you stats, and you actually get them this time, and then Final Fantasy 2 will just jump up the list a bunch. But Final Fantasy 2 has always been broken for when I played the game, so yeah. And then Final Fantasy 3, I hope it's the original Final Fantasy 3, not the HD one that we played, the PSP one. Because I want to see that one. And then it's going to be tricky, but at least I know not to just go all monks at level 99 and beat the whole game. We need the other classes as well. And 4 is where the Final Fantasy gets impossibly hard to live stream. Because I need like 80 hours, no joke, to farm a bunch of the siren things to allow me to walk into a room and use the item. And it spawns an instant battle. And we need to farm a bunch of them in order to get further into the game, into one random room, an empty room, and we spawn until a beyond super rare enemy spawn drops. I think it's called the moose, the flans that show up, the moose ones, and they drop a rat tail. Also super rare drop. So not only do you have to wait for a super rare spawn of these enemies, you also have to get a super rare drop. And at minimum you want 4 of them. Minimum. So you can upgrade, so you can see the armor that I showed you. you get that armor, but you're going to need to farm those sirens in one part, and then you need to sit there and farm again to get those drops, and that's only to get 4 pieces of armor, not more. And I was tempted to try to master Final Fantasy 4 and get 99 sets of those rat tails with 99 of those armors, and I was calculating how long it took me to get what I've done, and I'm like, no. So yeah, I stopped. But Final Fantasy 4 is where the game gets grindy, and then 5 has again all the jobs back again, and that's where it also gets grindy as well. And 5 I remember going through, I just don't remember how I did all the stuff. And 6 is the one that I sat down and played a bunch and got like 80 hours in the game, and we didn't even leave South Figaro. We went up the mountain, but we never fought the boss on the mountain and got Sabin on our team. Yeah, that's what I did as a child. So there you go. That but I would love to play through them again. Again, Final Fantasy 6 is also super hard to live stream because there was something about fighting the enemies on the Veldt, is that what it's called? Where you get Gao and you gotta use Gao to fight all of the creatures, and he's gotta hop in and get their skills, and then you gotta fight all the variations of them. And there was a whole, like, it was just so hard to master this game. It just made me not want to do it. But just to sit down and play the game like I did as a live streamer, it was super fun to just be like, listen, you don't have to do any masteries, you just play the game and enjoy it. And I had a blast with Final Fantasy 6. So yeah, again, I would love to do these games though. Absolutely yes, hands down. I would even if I got this, I would try to find a way to play them. Star Ocean: The Second Story. So now we're getting what I have been about to live stream off my PS Vita, PSPs, and my PS TVs. I was going to stream these games 1 and 2. That's the PSP versions of them, and we were going to be able to do Star Ocean 1 and 2. And now that these games are coming out, I kind of want to have them. I would gladly sell my PSP versions and get some money for them and then buy them. But they're probably worth nothing now, so when I would sell them, I probably won't get anything, and I won't have enough to buy this one game. And that's the second story, not the first one. Now, this is the season pass to get the extra DLC. I don't know if that... I think that's how season pass works. I can buy this and I'll get everything instead of buying the DLC for way more. But I got that there. There's a game that I would love to play. It's another one of those crafting survival games, and you're out in space, you gotta watch it for your oxygen. Just gotta build things, oxygen to go out to places. It's gonna be a game that if we ever got it, we all will enjoy this game. Hands down. The first one on the PS4 is basically the PSP game, but Star Ocean 2 Second Story is what you were looking at. It's kind of a remaster / remake, yes. I know, welcome back, Mel. Romancing Sagas, I have the original games as well, but now they're also starting to show up here, so, I mean, we can see the originals and then we can play these too, but I've never played any of them, so I have no idea what they're about. I think, was Romancing Saga and them on a board? If that's the case, then it's gonna be tricky. You're literally walking around on a board. So there's Wulong. What do I have? I have Wulong with something? I have Wulong with some kind of season pass or something. I might have to delete that Wulong because it's right here. And it's on sale right now for $32.09, which we could probably go cheaper. There's the Metal Gear Solids. Again, I keep hearing talks about Metal Gear Solid from time to time. It's been popping up from year after year. And they are here now. They do exist. If the Heavenlies wanted me to get these games, I could at least attempt to try them. Because it's like a stealth game, so if you enjoyed my Tom Clancy's Splinter Cell, I'm assuming along the same vein, kind of, we can do some Metal Gear stuff. But again, I know people talk about it, but then they don't go any further than that. It's just a talk and then we never hear about it again, so... But they are there. It's on my wish list. I remember you mentioning it, and then there it is. And there's the first DLC that we've seen. We got both DLCs waiting to be played. We just don't have them. And this will be a puzzle game. This is where you got to use your eyes and move things, and kind of like how Numa was. So if you want me to play a fun little puzzle game, Superliminal would be a perfect one for me to play on my channel. That's been saved for a while as well. And there's Romancing Saga. So we got Romancing Saga 1 and 2 now. Yeah, I saved them because they're here now. And there's the Valkyria profile Lenneth. Again, never played them, but they're right here. And there's Front Mission, the first one. So I have Front Mission 1? But we don't have 2 because number 2 never came over here. And then I have do I have Front Mission 3 and 4? I don't know what I have. I feel like I've seen my Front Mission games before. And I think I had Front Mission 1 ready to go on my PS TV. So I feel like I've owned them. But now they're showing up here in their remakes, and who knows what they're like. But we can still do the original one first, especially if I got a digital, and then we can play this one too, and then see the difference. But yeah, I got Front Mission. I would love to do Front Mission games and just get that series done. And again, we're nowhere near Disgaea 6 and 7 yet. We need to get D2 done first, so we're a long ways from 6 and 7. We got D2, 3, 4, and 5, and then 6 and 7. But I'm saving them here because I want to just be able to see them and then remind myself. Dark Souls style game, everybody, but you're a crab. Underwater, fighting other underwater creatures. Yeah, so that's all you need to know. It is a Dark Souls style series that looks like this. I would love to play it, yes. I have no idea what wizardry is, but it looks like old school RPG games, but here it is. I don't know anything else about it. I just saved it to look at it at a later date. Final Fantasy PS Plus stuff, I just saved it because I would love to, again, to get the donation for the game and play the 2 expansions that's out now. Not 1, but 2 of them. Yeah, that would be really good to go through Final Fantasy 14 and go through more. And there's the Dawn Trail. So if you buy Dawn Trail, we'll get the other expansion before Dawn Trail, and we'll get Dawn Trail. So I'm just waiting for this to happen, but it hasn't happened yet, sadly. There's my Grounded game. So we saw that small land, and then here's Grounded. So again, another survival game that I would absolutely love to play. So yeah, that I would love to get now too. I played this one. Is this one still like the one I'm craving to play the second most? Because Clear Obscure Expedition 33 is definitely my top game I want to play. But if I got this one, I would play it immediately as well. So maybe this one will be like the one I want the second most. Grand Blue Fantasy, I think I've heard about it before. It sounds like an old RPG game, but here it is on the PS4 and 5 now, so it might actually be good as well. Darksiders Genesis, that's the last Darksiders game. After we do this game here, we've done all the Darksiders games, and then we can finally wrap up the series. And this game is on sale at 80% off, and we're gonna miss this sale and not be able to finish up the the Darksiders series because no one's gonna be around for this to make this happen. Yeah, but the Darksiders, that one's the last one to do. It's a completely different game from the series, but once we do it, it's done. Darksiders is checked off. I can write it down, and we can move on from Darksiders. I don't know what this is, but I just saved it because we've played Final Fantasy 15. It looks like a chibi, smaller version of everything Final Fantasy 15, so who knows? But it's there. I don't know. That one I know is an old game. I know it's like Nintendo 64 old or PS1 or 2 old. Like it's around there. So yeah, it's just another one of those old games that I think we'd probably enjoy for what it is, and it'll be all right. This one was around since what, my PS4? When I started PS4, people were talking about I Am Setsuna, and still to this day we never got this game, sadly. So it's like a PS4 RPG game, so it would be kind of nice, I would think. And there's Sega Frontier remasters. There was Sega Frontier and the other Sega Frontier 2 and something else. So again, I never played them, but I'll save them here for reminders of Heavenlies who want me to play these. There's more of the Legend of games, so we got a whole bunch of the Legend and Secret of games here. I think this is like Chocobo Mystery Dungeon 2. I don't think this is the original. And if it is the original, that would be really, really good, because I always wanted to play this game. Dungeon crawling Square Enix game. Yeah, sign me up, I want to play it now. But if this is like the second or third one, then I kind of still want to play the first one first. But it's there, I just want to save it, yeah. It sounds exactly what I want to play. So we got Dark Alliance 1 and 2 saved. I don't think Champions of Norath is here, but Dark Alliance 1 and 2 is here. We can at least play that Dungeons and Dragons style story, so yeah. This one just reminds me of Odin Sphere. I don't know what it's about other than it just looks like that artwork, so it's probably a 2D kind of thing as well, and it's probably going to be fun if it's like Odin Sphere. Neverwinter Nights, I think, reminds me of the D&D again, so I think it might be something along those lines. So if you've seen me play this game, then you will probably like me playing this game too, around the D&D universe kind of stuff. Yeah, we got 1, 2, and 3 first we gotta do, but I'm saving all the Dragon Quest games when they show up. And there's the first departure, it's right there. So again, it's on sale for that much? Oh man, we could get this game and then like somehow try to do Star Ocean games. But yeah, like we could finally start the things and play them here. Or we could do the original PSP versions and then eventually get around to these, but there they are, they're right here now. And that one again reminds me exactly of Odin Sphere, because this one truly does look 2D. So yeah, we got Dragon's Crown Pro. So yeah, that's another Odin Sphere looking game. So I'm assuming we might like it here on this channel. Did Mel not hear me, or is he just gone? Okay, he might be gone. World of Final Fantasy, I think we played the demo, right? You were able to stack your characters on top of other characters and attack, and it was kind of weird, but I think I would still play it if I got it, but no one ever got it, so it just sat there and collected dust since I played the demo. However many years ago, probably 9 or 10 years ago at this point. Diablo 2. Again, I always thought that Diablo was a point and click dungeon and whatever it's called when you just loot items. You just do dungeons and you loot and you loot and you loot, and that's it. But apparently Diablo 2 is an actual RPG game. Like a game that I think I would probably like, so I saved it, because I think this one would be the Diablo that I would be like, wow, no, this is good, this is good. And we already just finished Crystal Chronicles, yes, and then they come out with a remaster on the system, so I could do it, but we already did beat this on my channel. I'll save it, because if you love it so much, I can try to go through the game again, hopefully try to get a little bit better stats this time, and really kick that final boss's butt way harder than I did last time. But yeah. And that's the one that I mentioned before, so the Radical Dreamers, that's what it was called. I knew it had something to do with dreams. The Chrono Cross Radical Dreamers is ones we've never ever had a chance to play before. So I would have loved to play that too. Again, this would probably get me back into the Chrono Trigger, Chrono Cross game again too, wouldn't it? Yeah. So yeah, that one's just there for those who want me to play games like Chrono Trigger, Chrono Cross. I'm just waiting for people who keep bringing that up. That's one I would recommend. This is, I think, an RPG game, and you're golfing, so I don't know how it's gonna work, but sign me up if there's anything to do with RPG. I wanna, the way she's pointing, I wanna play this game. Yeah, so there you go. Nothing else needs to be said. I think we're golfing in its RPG. And are we right back around? So I don't know what the season pass is. I think I'm just gonna get rid of it. I don't think we need the season pass. I think I might have accidentally saved this. There you go, because we already have Wulong. And there we go. We've kind of gone through my list of games now. So those are ones that I've saved. Some of them I kind of know I want to play. And other ones I don't know about. I haven't researched them, but I'm assuming you'd like me to play too. That's just what's on my PlayStation 5, everybody. My Steam list hasn't been updated in like 2 years, but the same games are on Steam that I wouldn't mind playing. And I don't know if there's any other wish lists of games that I have elsewhere. Again, I wrote down on my guides that no one can see anymore because Instagram, nope, Tumblr. Tumblr has it where you have to sign in now, so now you can't just go without having to sign in and just look at my stuff that I've written down. Now Tumblr has gotten to the point where they want people to sign in. Now you gotta make an account, and now it's not worth it. So I don't know where to put my list of everything. I have way too much stuff written down, and it was so easy on other sites, but now that they're all going away, there really is no spot to put my thing where you don't have to be invited to or have to sign up to. Yeah, exactly. So that if I add those two conditions, there's no way for me to write something that you can see. So yeah, either way, I hope you enjoyed a nice just chatting session. It's been an interesting night finishing off Gran Turismo 3. And I know we're going to be playing Secret Nintendo game most likely tomorrow. We should be having a giant blast and a good time with that game. And then who knows what's going to happen after that. Because there's nothing else planned after that. There is no other games after that. So yeah, we'll go from there. But hopefully anyone who is watching this, I hope you have a good night. Thanks for hanging out, watching this. If you're watching this at a now or at a at a later date, but still watching this now in your moment. And yeah, we'll be back to like our regular scheduled games with the 4-hour live stream, I would assume, tomorrow. So we'll go with that. Either way, I have nothing really written down like extra, like some news or things coming up. We've done our that. I've got my games written down. This guy at D2 is next. Yeah. Games I could hint. So the games that I have hinted from time to time is games that don't exist yet. They're not out yet, and one of them actually isn't on my PS5 thing, and some of them are also not on my PS5 because they don't exist on PS5. Oh, okay. Yeah, we'll leave them be. Interesting. I could have done my Switch games now that I'm looking at them. But yeah, I just wasn't ready. I just wasn't ready at all for I wasn't ready to hop into another game to sit down and play. So this worked out just perfectly fine for me. Yeah, either way, man, we really got to get through those Switch games. We really do. We got so many more games to play. We get to play games I've heard about but never played. Oh, we're so close. I do have a bunch of things written down though. I do have Final Fantasy XIV still written down and saved. I have Demon Souls Remake. I don't even own the game, but I just wrote down like the things that we need, like the world order tendency, so and where to go. Gates of Boletaria 1 of 1, the Lord's Path 1 of 2, then go to the Smithing Grounds. I wrote that down because it's just like that is a bit tricky to try to navigate. You just don't do 1 2 3 4 2 1 2 3 4 because you will get annihilated if you did that. So But the world tendency stuff. So yeah, I found a way to make that happen. I wrote down a bunch of my little tips for Clear Obscure Expedition 33. Again, don't own the game, but if we ever get them, I'm kind of prepared for a bunch of games. I got my Pokemon games list, games that I don't like, there's no way for me to get them, and whichever ones the family will get, I can just get them sent to me. Well, they're not going to be done in order, but we can at least give it a whirl. So we'll see about that. And then I got Fire Emblem. Right, I have all of the Fire Emblem games in order. Fire Emblem Shadow Dragon and the Blade of Light, Famicom, and then the Fire Emblem Shadow Dragon is the Nintendo DS remake, but there is no way to play the first one. We either need to get that, and I don't even think it even came out over here, and then we can't stream off the DS. So if somehow they find a way to get DS games, like they can do it, Nintendo can do it, and get all the Fire Emblems and all of the other games that they're so old now, there's no way to play them, and have them on their Switch 2. Oh, sign me up. I will gladly find a way to get to those games eventually. But yeah, so I have all the Fire Emblem stuff written down. Oh, I didn't write down Fire Emblem's Path of Radiance. Like, done. I wrote down at the time that I got them. But we're done. I could like put a scratch through this and be like, yeah. The strike through, basically. Yeah, there you go, look at me. Tidying up my stuff. Either way, Destiny 2, we're ready for Destiny 2 at any moment, actually. We got some more stuff. Yep, that'll work out just fine. I wanted to redo Pure Solar, which I can do. The World of Vision. Oh, I had a Android game that was going to stream back before all of this stuff happened. Because we were, again, I keep thinking we're gonna run out of games. And then I'm like, I just gotta play an MMO or an Android game to hopefully just keep me going. And then it's just like, nope, never mind. There they are. We got games again. Somebody shows up and does something incredible and stuff happens. But yeah, I got that saved, and again, I have another Chrono Cross game, another Eden. We did episode 1 already. We could just move on at any time and do episode 2 and finish the game. There's my Disgaea D2. My friend said that they're ready to go. Yeah, like the game is practically ready to go. They can keep leveling up, they said, but if I jumped on now, it's okay to do it, but they wrote down some instructions for me to do too. Oh, cool. So yeah, Disgaea D2 at any moment, really, basically. And then I still have the Tower of Fantasy saved. Interesting. I didn't delete that, maybe because I didn't even know. But we have the Tower of Fantasy there. I don't know about that. Oh, I think I messed up one of my armor things in that game. Okay, Power Wash Simulator, yeah, anytime. I still have Langrisser 2 written down here, everybody. Yep, I have Langrisser 2 ready to go. I just need a little bit of guide to figure out the paths on where to go. Because there's like a whole bunch of splitting paths, and sometimes you gotta talk to somebody, sometimes you gotta rescue somebody, sometimes you gotta kill somebody, and there's no way to know what to do unless you redo stages over and over and over and try something different. And I'm not going to stream that. So yeah, I would have loved to have done that. Well, I got New Year's Eve live stream and New Year's resolution here, but like nothing's written down for the up and coming one. So I don't know why that's there, and there's nothing else here. Yeah, I got a Batman game written down. Soul Calibur games. The first one's actually called Soul Blade, which we already know about this now. It's just information I had written down before. Whole bunch of Android and stuff games down here now too. Okay, my goodness, it's a bit of a chaos down here now. Filler games I can play that are Android. Cool. Backup games, which we all know. We see the Lego racing stuff and whatnot. Yeah, and then we got our PS1, 3, and 5. Interesting. I think this might have been when I was trying to get through my PS3 games, so yeah, it's just a mess. Halloween games. Again, I didn't do any of them. Hopefully I better do Halloween this year. There you go. There's something I could talk about. We better do Halloween this year. I know it was like at the worst possible time. I didn't even know it was happening, and then it was just like it passed me by, and then like however many weeks later I'm like, oh yeah, Halloween, and it's like, oh, it's already over. So I hope that doesn't happen again. But I kind of want to get it done so I can uninstall the game forever, and have a bunch of other games that I tried but it didn't work. Tried them. Where I'm at on my YouTube. Oh no, yeah, so I need like a day off, and then what do I do on my day off? Do I, of course I'm gonna clean my house and then make stuff to eat, so I'm like, I got meals to go for the next bunch of days. It's even better that way. Or do I like sit down on my computer and try to go through updating games in the background that you won't even know, but if I update all the games and YouTube is all updated, then it's going to be as good as it gets until YouTube decides to add some other new feature. So like YouTube, there's a bunch of games that still don't have the titles. Sometimes there's like a TLOZBOTW, which is like, it's The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild, but I have it in that format as well, and I kind of want to just fix up everything. But oh yeah, we are so far behind. It's not pretty. Fix series ideas like Amnesia, Chrono. I'm pretty sure I've Metroid done. Metroid series? Absolutely. But yeah, okay, I just got a bunch of ideas if I ever get back to have a good one. You're gonna try going to sleep. Oh, well, I hope you have yourself a good one. Sleep well. Take care. Thanks for hanging out and lurking in the background. But yeah, I got like a series ideas I could try to add on YouTube and fix up stuff too if I ever get series. Adding missing videos like Final Fantasy Tactics. Does Final Fantasy Tactics still have missing stuff? Again, every time I go through my channel anniversaries, I notice things are out of whack and missing as well. Rogue Galaxy things are out of order. Yeah, so like I got a lot of stuff I would love to be able to organize on YouTube, but I need to be where I dream to be, which means I'm not going to work and I'm home all day. And then I just know that I'm gonna be okay, so I can just keep working and keep going live, and then we'll still be okay. You know what I mean? So I'll be able to do the YouTube stuff in the background, do a live stream, and I'll be able to do that again the next day. Then I could finally tidy up all this mess that we have. Pokemon games in order, Subnautica Below Zero, which I already know what I'm doing now. Yeah, what is... Song references I could quote to? Really? Quotes? Oh my goodness. Okay, so we got some quotes and stuff too. Isn't Snicker Sneeze... Is Snicker Sneeze from Ni no Kuni too? What? Listen, there's some quotes that I don't even think are organized, but okay. Listen. There's some quotes up that I've just written down over the years. Oh my goodness. Games I want to play on Steam. Yeah, okay, those are there, which I should have had them up there as well. Mario games in order? Okay, this must be my Mario games I'm planning on doing next as well. Cool. Old school RuneScape. Now hey. I don't think we're gonna do an episode 8. I would be shocked if I do. I really would be shocked if I do. I kind of only wanted to do what I wanted to do and show you that RuneScape is great. And then everyone's like, play more! And it's just like, play more what? I would have to like get a permanent membership and then just do membership quests. Are you certain you want to see me do what you've already done? So yeah, like I still don't know about RuneScape. I really don't think we need to. Final Fantasy 11 is still saved here? Oh wow, Chess Master? I don't think we're gonna be doing that. Warframe? Yeah, so these are the games that I used to play for my thing. So I have games... DJ, oh. Hi and welcome back. These are the games that I used to do for filler, and now I have a new filler list. So now we got 2 filler lists here. So very, very old ones and the newer ones. Zelda games in orders. Which I can do those now too, right? We can do those. Oh man, we can do more Zelda games too. Yeah, it's just, we just gotta get there. Oh my, and what else do I have written here? I'm just scrolling down. Games that I'm working on. Ooh, I don't know if I want to let you know what games I'm working on. Oh, did they turn off Final Fantasy 11 servers by now? The last time I played it, it was still totally workable. So the last time I played it, it's still good. But I'm not gonna let you know what games I'm working on. I think I kind of hinted that I am playing on them, and we have save 4, 5, 6, and 7. Save 8, my bad. I didn't have a space there. Save 8, 9. Save 10 doesn't have a space. What in the world's going on here? Save 11. I have 11 saves, 12 saves, no, 13 saves. Trying to get one game prepared for the live stream. 13 saves at different spots in the game. Trying to get ready to master one game. I'm pretty sure I mentioned it. Yeah, I want to redo those games as well. Oh my goodness. Interesting. My Nintendo 64 game I've always wanted to play. I have a wall of text on what to do. So I could get right back to where I was with everything that we have. Oh my goodness, I'm still scrolling down. What? Oh no, this is a lot of text. How am I supposed to do this on my live stream? That is wild, everybody. Yeah, they're still up on PC, so I was able to stream it and go through and beat the whole thing. Had a lot of fun. I mean, it was okay, but I do like Final Fantasy 14 more. 11 had definitely some old school challenges, but it still had a lot of laughs with that, so like it still had that. But I'm definitely not able and willing to do that. It does have private servers now too. Yeah, it does. PlayStation 1 games, PlayStation TV games. Oh my goodness, Breath of Fire 3 is ready, waiting for that person to show up. Oh my goodness. Front Mission 3, so that means I do own Front Mission 3. There's all of these games that I have planned. Wait, wasn't PSTV just PS2? No. PSTV is PS Portable and PS Vita, but not the tiny screen. It's a literally game system that you plug in, and you can play all your PSP and PS Vita games on a TV, digitally, and in HD. So the PSTV was like one of the best inventions that ever came out. And owning one now would cost you a fortune to buy one. So, because it was just such a great idea, and I'm glad I own one. You can put on PlayStation 1 and definitely PlayStation 1 games on the system and play them too. So yeah, the PS TV is great. Absolutely wonderful idea, and I wish they came up with more innovations like that. But I definitely don't need to read off my other secret games that I have ready to go. I don't have to. The other one had save files all written nice and pretty. This one I do not have written down nice and pretty. I am there with this. Okay, I think I know, but what about my other saves? What about my other saves? Anyway, yeah. Anyway, there's no that one has the saves. Okay, 4, 5, and 6. There it is. And then there's all of that. Oh my goodness! And there's now a wall of text to read. Oh no. And 7. Okay, there's a bunch of saves now. Okay. Perfect notes? Me? Really? Anyway, yeah. Pokemon game ideas and notes and stuff for Pokemon. Are you joking me? We're at the end of my stuff. Well, it used to only be what, 10, 15 American? So yeah, it literally was just hey, check this out. Look how good it is. And then everyone's like, oh no, wait a minute, this system is too good. Jack up the price, please. So yeah, it's a great system to live stream, and it's costly to me. I wouldn't be able just to go and afford that. So yeah, and interesting. I just got some Pokemon information stuff written down too. So yeah, anyway. I guess that ends my just chatting. We didn't quite make it to the 4-hour live stream mark, but you know what? That's okay. I could get all of this editing done, and just yeah, get ready for tomorrow. Maybe yeah, we'll hopefully tomorrow. Now that Gran Turismo 3 is done, we should be doing our Nintendo game that I've been hinting at for so long. We should be doing that, having a grand old time in that game, and then just go from there. So yeah, there you go. You got some behind the scenes of stuff that I have written down in my notes that's been there for, some of them's been there for years, so that's something. And yeah, I think that's all we need to say. So I hope you enjoyed the list of games that I went through. Hopefully some of those games spark your interest and you want me to play them as well. And then yeah, hopefully we can go from there. So with that, thanks Heavenlies for showing up and watching. And seriously, if you like what I'm doing, please hit those buttons. You do by now. And I will see you all in the next episode. Take care.